Hello everyone, I am Buck WSR Weezer, putting the do into do-it-yourself, and I welcome you back to another do-it-yourself project featuring the 1998 Fleetwood Bounder. We're going to replace that first central top air conditioner unit there. It doesn't work. Well, I mean, it turns on, but it doesn't put out cold air. Could it be fixed? Maybe so, but in as much as it's 23 years old, I think I'm just going to replace it. That's going to include some work on top of the RV, some work inside the RV, and one of our biggest challenges might simply be getting the new unit up onto the top of the RV. Walk this way if you don't mind, and I will show you that the new unit is already here. That's this fellow right here, the Coleman Mach, whatever it is, I don't know. Yeah, this is a 15,000 BTU RV rooftop air conditioner, and I went with Coleman because the original ones were Coleman, and I just hoping that they're going to be easily interchangeable. Got this on Amazon, read some very good reviews about it, which influenced my decision, and we are going to get started with this. Now, it came shipped to me on this pallet, and it was wrapped in cardboard, and then the cardboard and the pallet were strapped together. I've removed that packaging, but I could see when the guy was taking it off the truck with his hand dolly that the unit was actually loose inside that cardboard box, so I was at first a little concerned. So let's take a closer look. I think it's okay. I've already removed the 4 screws and washers that hold the cover on, and I want to take the cover off and strategize with you about how we're going to get this. I got to put the camera down, take 2 hands for this. Hold on, people. Now just don't go anywhere. I'm right here. Now, so the cover comes off like so, and here's our unit. And like I said, this was loose, even though inside this box and frame I can tilt it up. Now I see this piece of block of wood here had previously been used to, that block of wood had been mounted to the pallet, and the unit screwed down right there coming from out of here, but this was completely loose and flopping around in there like so. So I think the unit's okay, but I think the packaging and shipping could have been a little more secure, in my opinion. Now, let's get this guy out of the way. Now, there's parts of this job that are going to require 2 people. Getting this up on the roof of the RV will be one of those. My strategy is to strap this thing more securely to this pallet, maybe with some ratcheting tie-down straps around here, under there, so that it stays securely on this pallet. Then I want to tie a rope to a couple of these corners. So I have one guy on top of the RV roof, and then one guy below, sort of sliding it up the ladder, which you might be able to see is already leaning against the side of the RV over there. So those are some of our preliminaries, and I'm going to get started on that, because honestly, from what I understand, getting it on top of the RV may be our biggest challenge. Alright, so here's the plan. I have strapped the unit to the pallet on which it came. I wasn't real confident with the pallet, so I've actually added a few extra screws because I don't trust the staples that have held it together. Now these 2 rails, one here and this one, are wide enough that the pallet will slide on the rungs of the ladder. So we're going to do a teamwork approach of pulling from the top and pushing from beneath. I have not extended the top of the ladder high above the RV because I don't want to have to lift it high once I get it up there. Just get it over the edge of the RV and then let it fall gently down onto the roof. All right, so that's the plan. We'll keep our fingers crossed and give it our best shot. All right, Nance, can you get this end of the pallet, and I'll get this end, and we'll just set it right here. That's it. That's it. Okay, so that's the first step. So now I'll climb the RV roof back ladder. Begin to pull, and you can gently lift from here. Hey, you filming?
Mm-hmm. Okay, this way. Come up.
All right. Hold on. Okay.
See if you can pull it. Hold these for me. Pull ladder. And you. I can lift this ladder up. Yes.
Hold that.
Go ahead and pull it up one rest of the way. All right, you did it. You okay?
Be careful. All right, it's up. Did you catch it on film?
No.
Okay, that went pretty well. I didn't expect the ladder to shift, but we did it. Hey, I'm coming back down. Hey, wow, it's hot in here. We need a new air conditioner. Look, if that last segment was a bit of an adrenaline rush, this one should be a little bit more calm. We got to do what's necessary to take down the do the work inside and disconnect this old AC unit so we can remove the old one from the rooftop. And one of the things you want to do is make sure that the power is off. You have a circuit breaker panel, and I got one marked air. I could turn that off, and I got one marked ECC, which is electronic climate control. I can turn that one off. But you know what's probably the best way? Just go disconnect your RV from shore power, and you'll be safe. But I got the fridge running on AC right now. I don't want to turn it off, so I don't want to completely unplug. So we got to take this guy down. I remember before this was kind of falling down, and I had to put some additional screws in at an angle to hold it up in place. Some of the original ones stripped out. Alright, so on top of my old air conditioner unit there was this solar panel to do a trickle charge on your coach batteries if in the event that when you're in storage, keep your batteries. There's none up there, so this little thing is really obsolete to me now, and it's not a system that we're using right now. But that's what these wires were and how it's connected to this light. When it illuminated, that would tell you that your solar panel was charging your batteries. Alright, so maybe I can get a vacuum. There's some insulation. clean up some of the dust and debris that's accumulating up here. Maybe some of the bugs. Clean that out, and then we'll open up the panel for the electrical connection. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts that we'll have to undo. And yeah, so I put in some extra screws up here to keep this trim piece up. I'm going to bring that down too. So let me do some of those items off camera, and then we'll come back for more live action. Well, it seems that my next step is to take off this mounting bracket by removing these 4 bolts, which are also spring-loaded. Get a little help. Those are some long bolts. Did I mention putting down a drop cloth? Just take him right outside. Yeah, so now we get a little better look. So this is a part of the ductwork, and I may be reusing that. I may need to reuse that. Here's the plug. I know you can't see that. Unplug that, and this matches up with the new unit as well. So that's going to make it pretty easy for plug and play. Now, I got my tester. I want to make sure this is not energized. Okay, test on a known live circuit. Okay, so the tester's working. Alright, so yeah, that power's off. Alright, I'll meet you up on the roof, people. So I'm still on inside the RV, and I noticed looking up there that this control box into which the supply wire runs is actually held on there with a couple of wing nuts, so I can probably bring it down from inside. And I think that we're going to be reusing that same control box, if I'm not mistaken. So here it comes. All right. Yeah, so this is some kind of temperature sensor wire, and it pokes into the fins of the coil here, and it pulls right out. That guy right there. So that's what he does. All right, so now all the wires are accounted for. They're all accessed from here below. All right, so we're up top. Almost need sunglasses out here today. So let's take this cover off. This was the rack that held the solar panel, I think, in days gone by. I had done a variety of things to weatherproof this cover. It was cracked and had some holes, and I put some of this roof tape on top of them. I used some self-leveling sealant over here because I just didn't want them leaking. And undo these, we should be able to lift the cover off. Squeak, squeak. Okay, this was the connector for the solar panel, and I think I should be able to lift this out of the way. I'm going to try to slide it to one side, but I'm going to put down a cloth because I don't wish to compromise our roof here. Trying to go easy because I don't want it to probably a little bit stuck, and I don't want to compromise the roof under it, breaking it loose gradually. You can see under this edge here where it's kind of pulling on the roof a little bit. Alright, so there's our opening. This is released. Got some ants under here. Foam padding is sort of, here we go, he's coming off. I don't know if I need to reuse this guy or not. But I'll probably take the opportunity while I'm here to clean this up a bit and maybe even coat on a little of the roof paint. I have another video on redoing this roof you could check out. I'll certainly want to spray for some of these ants, clean this up before I put down the new unit. And I guess taking down this old guy will be the reverse of what we did getting the new one up. For now, I'm just going to set it onto this cloth. Yeah, it feels just about as heavy as the new one did. All right, we'll be back.